And the next card you have is the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is looking at something with in its innocence, with childlike eyes, but very emotional. Aquarius, I feel like this is a time where you're saying, what do I want to round out this year with? What do I want next year to look like? Ooh, and that's exactly what they said. And it's weird. It just gave me chills because it's almost like you're taking this separation or this breakup or this no contact, no communication, little communication, whatever scenario it is for you. And you're going, hey, with the Page of Cups, you know, I can feel sadness and grief and I can get over this, but now there's time to feel joy. Now there's time to feel blessings. And blessings have been a word for a few reads this month that just keep coming up. Like maybe we all need to start counting our blessings a little more, come into next year, just opening up different avenues, opening up more spiritually, opening up to what we want, how we're feeling. Now, the Page of Cups too could be some sort of wiping the slate clean with this other person, either forgiving and moving on or forgiving and possibly, you know, meeting to communicate again or meeting to, it's weird. They said like reintroduce, like meet for the first time in a long time, see each other again. All right. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is interesting here. The she, which I don't apply sex to the cards, but I say that sometimes because it comes up as queen, is very mysterious. This is otherness. This is somebody who's not letting on. So it's interesting because I think last month your ex was feeling a little like worried about what you were up to. And I feel like you're still kind of holding that up. You're still kind of shielding yourself from, and I don't even know if it's your ex. It could be a lot of people. I feel like you just have been let down by people in general this year, or maybe just over the past few months. Okay. Maybe it's friends, family, and this person in particular. And the Queen of Cups is saying, you know, you're still coming into this month. Like, I'm not letting on. Like, if you want to be in my life, you have to work for it, because Aquarius, and I keep clearing my throat. I'm very sorry, but I've been doing it all night. But the Queen of Cups is saying, look, you know, I have one cup to give, and I've realized now, especially lately, how valuable it is. And I'm not willing to just give it to anybody, including friends, including family. It's like your cup runs over, okay, or runneth over, however they say it. And people have depleted and depleted and depleted it for a long, long time. And a lot of people around you. And I think you finally just had this fucking moment where you went, are you kidding me with this shit? I'm done. Like, I don't need anybody. I don't need any of you guys. Not anybody, but you know what I mean? I have a dog. I have a cat. I have kids. I have people that I do get along with that respect me in all aspects. And I just feel like you're cleaning house. That's what I should title this, like cleaning house. The next card you have is the Four of Cups. This is your distant past. So this definitely says, now it could be this current person that you're thinking about or that you've dealt with or, you know, are separated from. But it could, I feel like it's a repeated cycle. I feel like the universe is bringing this back to kind of say, hey, stop wasting your time with people who don't value you, because the Four of Cups is wasted time. It is feeling taken for granted. It's apathy. And it's almost like, hey, you know what? Before you left me, or before, you know, I did everything to keep certain people in my life or keep people happy or placate people. I'm not doing it anymore. So now my ship is sailing. And if you want to be a part of my life, you know, good luck, because it's interesting that I just said this about how, excuse me, you're kind of kicking people to the curb, or you're just saying, being very selective with people that you keep in your life. And I just realized as I'm thinking about that, this person is like dumping cups off. And just saying no, like Aquarius is given all they have. And like, sometimes people are life suckers, you know, blood suckers, like, and I feel like you're finally finding some sort of balance or abundance here, and you're not willing to let it go. You also have water like crazy. So you could be dealing with Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past few weeks, past month or two, and you have the Sun. The Sun is solutions. Okay. Well, it means a lot of different things, but one of the things the Sun represents is solutions. And this for me is big in your reading, because this says you've come to your conclusion about certain things you're not going to budge on. Cross watchers, don't freak out. And this can be reversed, but I read for the sign that I read in the direction of the sign that I'm reading for. But the sun is also clarity. It's also a fog lifted. It's insightfulness. It's, seeing things for what they truly are. And I feel like that's why the solutions is so important here, because this is saying you may have already made up your mind, Aquarius, that, hey, I could never date this person again. Or if we were to get back together again, I could see us getting back together again, but this is what would need to happen. Like, we would need to have, they keep telling me you need to have a come to Jesus. So whoever this is that you're dealing with, you need to have a come to Jesus with, because I feel like you guys start to go there, or you start to find solutions, or you start to figure things out, and then it just kind of takes a cycle and ends up in the dumps again. But the sun says that you've had, sorry, my cat is walking on papers next to me. So if you hear that, sorry. The sun is saying, look, this is clear-sightedness. This is hope. So I don't feel like you've necessarily lost hope in this situation, but what you've gained is self, or what you're starting to gain is self. Again, I think it's going to last to the end of the year. Some of you are probably like, I'm not there yet. I'm still trying to figure out what I want. I'm still trying to, but I think slowly you're moving in the direction of self-preservation with the sun. You haven't given up hope on love. You haven't given up hope that, oh, I'll never find anybody. And some of you are like, a fuck, dark dove. That's where I'm at. I don't want anybody, whatever. And I get it, but you haven't. Don't kid yourself. Like, there's still this little piece in your head that's saying, which is good. And I think it's going to expand and get bigger, which is saying, I deserve something good. I deserve someone good. I deserve a good life. Now, to be fair, you also contribute to that. We all have to contribute to that tenfold, because we can choose to allow people to manipulate us, or we can choose to allow people to stay in our lives longer than they've overstayed their welcome, basically, right? And I never say, hey, it's your fault or my fault, or like it's a twofer, okay? And I use this saying a lot. Which seems to resonate with people this month, especially, is that, first time shame on me, first time shame on you, second time shame on me. And I think this is where you've realized who's overstayed their welcome, who you might invite or allow back in, and who you would kick to the curb again if they ever contacted you again. All right. But there they come, right? The next card you have, and they're like flooding in. All of a sudden I see like the floodgates opening. This is your distant future card, and you have the Six of Cups. Again, water sign energy all over here. The sun sometimes represents Leo, just depending. But the Six of Cups is reminiscence. It's often considered a reconciliation card, or somebody from the past coming in. I feel like you may have a few people from the past coming in. This could include friends or family. I really do feel like, Aquarius, you all of a sudden had this freaking moment where you went, what the hell am I doing? Like, cutting you off the list. I'm done. I'm not dealing with you. Some of you even up and changed jobs or moved towns or whatnot. I really feel like some of you had to have this like life affirming change, this life moment of, what am I doing? I'm not happy. This isn't where I saw myself 10 years ago. I'm finally going to go after my goals. However, you do have people coming back. I do feel like a significant person, somebody you may have had a karmic connection with, somebody that you still have a strong connection with, you still have feelings for, but maybe you've put in that back pocket because you've had this blockage of energy where you're like, I'm not entertaining this type of behavior from anybody anymore. And that includes this person that you have possibly this karmic or soulmate connection with. And I feel like other people, it's really strange. I feel like you're on top of your game, and now people are going to come back in and test the waters and see if you're willing to have a conversation, if you're willing. But at the same time, I feel like they're realizing like, oh shit, what did I do? This is a really bad move. Or, this was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I totally screwed this up. And now this person now Aquarius may never talk to me again. The next card you have, is your immediate future. So throughout the month of November, you're not done, huh, Aquarius? Still cleaning house, still clearing up messes, still trying to figure out. For some of you, there's like triangles. And I don't even know that it's a love triangle or a third party for some of you, maybe. But for others of you, it's like your like significant other, your ex, or this person you were connected with, you either have similar friends or you were really close to their family. And so like there's people being cut off. It's he said, she said, da, 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 and like there's drama and you're just done with it because you have the Six of Swords here. You have 2 sixes. So they may be significant for some reason. But the Six of Swords is saying you're leaving a situation or abandoning it. It's retreat. Now it could be travel. So you could be traveling the holidays or whatnot. But the Six of Swords is literally leaving a situation and just cutting it off and being like, nope, not now. So it may be that you still need time to figure out what it is you want before you get wrapped up in this cycle again. There's a reconciliation or something happening here with a lover or family or friends or all of the above, but I don't know in November that you're ready for it with that Six of Swords, because that's still you leaving. Now, for some of you, again, it could still just represent travel, but there's a strong presence of, I'm taking off, I'll see ya. The next card you have, or I'm not ready to bring you back, so I'm still staying kind of far away. The next card you have is anything tangible that's going to happen throughout the month. It could be the beginning, middle, end, could last for a day, a week. You have Temperance. This goes along with this very well. Temperance is balance. It's patience. It's moderation. Okay. It also represents Sagittarius. So you could be dealing with a Sag or have Sag placements in your chart, but Temperance is just patience. It's believing in what's supposed to happen will happen. It's moderation. So I do feel like if you are communicating with your ex or these people that have kind of been kicked to the curb for like reasons that were extremely vouchable, like you had every reason to do this. I think with Temperance though, this is saying you may tolerate the communication, and this isn't conceited. So cross watchers, it's not like, oh, you're tolerating me. I'm not saying that. It's more, they may communicate with you and you reciprocate it, but you are not running back into somebody's arms, jumping in, saying, I love you, I miss you, I love you, I miss you. Now, some of you may, but I feel like you're guarded. And I feel like it's because you're working on yourself, trying to figure out what it is you want. And Temperance is saying, have patience. If it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. Look, if you moved on for 5 years from somebody you thought was your soulmate or your karmic connection, doesn't mean in 5 years you can't have them. I've told this story a few times. I don't know who I've told it to, but a close friend of mine was together with somebody for like 3 years and they separated. They thought they'd be together forever. They separated and like 2 years later they reconnected. And I don't even remember how they reconnected. None of that was what I thought about. What I thought about was the end result. They're now married and it's been like 10 or 12 years and they have 2 kids. So everything is divine timing. If you're supposed to have this, you will. And I feel like you know that. And so you're patiently just kind of waiting all the bullshit out. Maybe wading through the bullshit to get to the real end of what you deserve. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end. You have the 5 of Cups. So again, you have water energy, just crazy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The 5 of Cups though is loss. It's a sadness, but it also represents people not paying attention. It could be a loss that could be prevented or that doesn't even need to happen, but because communication sucks, because you guys aren't communicating, there's just this feeling of loss. It's a solitude. Now this is sadness, grief, but I don't feel like this is carrying on very long because I think you've come to like a really good place. I feel like this is something that you may realize, oh, hey, by the way, you and I, we won't make it. You and I will never, like this may be an energy that happens and hopefully it lasts for like 30 seconds of your entire month. But at some point, I think you're going to realize there are some people in your life worth keeping, worth giving another chance, and some people not. And I feel like some of you are going to come to the conclusion of this person is not worthy and this person is, and there's going to be some sadness here. Again, I feel like there's a connection here. This could be for very few of you, but there's something going on with like your ex. And I don't think it's kids, okay? And some of you could be kids, like you're going through a divorce or you're separated and you guys have kids together, but I don't feel a child energy very much. It's more of like, well, I love his or her kids, or I love his or her parents, or I love his or her family, and I was part of their family, or they were part of my family. So like, not only are you not with this person, but you're missing out on other people. But then some of you may have found that that they've betrayed you as well. Or if you guys have mutual friends, some people took sides. Does that make sense? Because I feel like there's a group here, not like a third party. Some of you, yes, maybe a third party, but this feels bigger than that. Like you have emotional ties to other people because of this ex, and it's hard not to be able to have those connections because you and your ex are not communicating or not seeing each other. All right. Your hopes or fears for the outcome of the month is the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is capability. It's stamina. It's like, you have no idea what I'm capable of. And that's the thing I think that you're going to thrive on and continue to thrive on throughout the end of the year, is that like, it's kind of like, no, I got this. Like, I can handle this. I know what I'm doing. This isn't whatever, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger type scenario. And I feel like this is huge for you, because this is you saying, I'll strive and survive. Like, regardless, if we get back together, then we'll have some heavy conversations. We'll have some things to talk about. We'll have to find some solutions. And that's great. We had great times. I reminisce. I think about you in a positive light, but the 9 of Wands is saying either way, I'm going to be just fine.